When you're working with patients and when you're working with clients, what do you tell them or recommend to them in terms of staying active for their health and longevity?
Everybody now in this country, it's one of those things that the only reason we're active is either to lose weight or for an organized sport. It's not valued anymore as something that's a primitive right that we have. As you watch babies, you can't stop them from moving. If they're not sleeping, they're always moving around, constantly bringing their hands to their mouth, their feet to their mouth, and then once they start crawling, they're all over the place. You can't stop them. And then they work themselves to getting upright, and then they're ready to go and roam and get into things and explore and learn. And then the next thing we do is we have them sit down. It's like sit down, be quiet, sit down in school, sit down, sit down, sit down. And us as adults, we sit for so many hours uninterrupted without moving that actually what it does, it has just really negative effects to the brain, the development, social awareness, cognitive ability. It's much deeper than just, I've gained a little weight this holiday season, I'm going to start moving more this year. Yeah. Or I'm going to play tennis with my friends, I need to start training. Other cultures, like in Japan, they've got their companies will take hour breaks, mandatory hour breaks where the employees have to move for that hour. And they see productivity and mood and outlook on life and everything else of their staff is so much greater, and thus the company then benefits. Where we here, we squeeze in an hour workout after work, again, for the purposes of I'm trying to keep that weight off, or I'm trying to, or maybe sculpt something and look aesthetically kind of pretty. Where it's more for the more we kind of move our bodies, it's literally food to our brain. When our joints and muscles move, it reports motion to the brain and it feeds the brain. So there's a lot of children that I've got who have learning disabilities, and you do something just as simple as one of these just simple exercises I love doing, and they'll have a benefit in addition to chiropractic care and eating well and everything else we're going to talk about. But when they move their bodies, it's amazing how their brains respond, and then it carries over into how they read, how they communicate and vocalize, and how disciplined they are being able to take in more information. Because there's just a high correlation to physical activity and brain function. And then the opposite, so when it's high, this is high. When it's low, that's low.
Wow. So, this is something that, we're familiar with. I just want to repeat that again for people that may be hearing this for the first time. So what you're saying is that simply by having our kids and ourselves move our body, we can make ourselves more intelligent, think clearer, and all of these other things that actually increase our intelligence?
Totally. And what's interesting is everybody's on, Alzheimer's is increasing, and dementia, and those diseases are just so heartbreaking, but as others are. But it's okay, I'm going to do a crossword. I'm going to do Sudoku, right? It's these intellectual puzzles. That is good. Nothing trumps physical activity.
Really?
Physical activity. And when you read studies, it's crazy because it'll be okay, do these cognitive thinking and lateral thinking puzzles to develop your brain, and do these things on your iPhone brain. And then at the end of the article, it'll be in addition to, one of the greatest things that beats all this in their words is physical activity.